Thinking about moving to Middle Tennessee but not sure whether to land in Nashville or Smyrna? Well, the cost of living between the two might just surprise you, and it could save you hundreds of dollars per month. Let me show you why families might just choose Smyrna over Nashville. Hi, I'm Sarah Jordan. I'm a local realtor here in Smyrna. I've lived here for about 8 years now, and I help families every single day find the home that they're going to raise their children in. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button for more videos about living in Middle Tennessee and navigating the real estate market. So today we're breaking down the cost of living in Nashville versus Smyrna, everything from housing to groceries to childcare, so that you can make the decision that makes the most sense for your family and for your budget. Let's start with the biggest expense, which is going to be housing and home prices. In the last 30 days, the average home price in Nashville is going to be about $605,000, whereas in Smyrna, it's $432,000. That is almost a $175,000 difference, and that can make a huge impact on your mortgage payment each month. You will likely get a little more land in Smyrna than you would in Nashville, and property taxes are lower in Smyrna. So if you look at two similarly priced homes in both Nashville and Smyrna, the Smyrna home is going to save you more money over time. If you are commuting to Nashville every day for work, you're going to want to live in the middle of Smyrna near the interstate and Sam Ridley. That's going to be the fastest travel time and commute time. If you're looking for a little more land and space from your neighbors, look on the east side of the interstate. That's going to be where more established homes are going to be built with a little bit more space. And if you're looking for the convenience of new construction or a shorter commute time to Franklin, look on the west side of the interstate, on the west side of Smyrna. There's tons of new construction going up over there, with a few exceptions on the east side, but most of it's going on the west side of Smyrna. If you're renting, Nashville's average rent for a 3-bedroom home is going to be between $2,500 to $3,000 per month, compared to Smyrna, which is going to be about $2,000 to $2,300 per month. So if you're looking for a little more space or a newer home, Smyrna usually wins in that category. When it comes to day-to-day living, Smyrna tends to be slightly more affordable. Grocery prices, restaurant meals, and services like haircuts all tend to be a little cheaper than in the city, mainly because you're not paying that urban premium. And since Smyrna is only about 30 minutes from Nashville, you can still enjoy the restaurants and the entertainment of the city without the higher everyday costs. If you work in Nashville, commuting from Smyrna will ultimately have some gas costs that you have to add to your budget, but overall, it will be cheaper than living directly in the city. Unfortunately, Smyrna does not have great public transportation options, but you could potentially find some friends to carpool with if you guys live and work in the same places. This makes owning a car while living in Smyrna a necessity. You'll find less congestion in Smyrna, and if you work remotely or hybrid, the drive might only matter a few days a week. Childcare is a big one for families with kids. In general, childcare in Smyrna costs 10 to 15% less than it does in Nashville, and there are lots of different options for childcare here. You can start them out in a Mother's Day Out program, which goes about 2 times a week, and you can also find daycares with both full-time and part-time availability. Plus, many families that live here in Smyrna appreciate that smaller community feel, and also they love the parks, the sports programs, and the family-friendly amenities without having the bigger city pricing. When it comes to entertainment and lifestyle, this is where Nashville is truly going to shine. There are so many venues that have so many concert options. You can see the Titans, the Preds, or catch a soccer game. There's so many nice restaurants to choose from and a ton of nightlife in general. However, those are going to have a pretty high ticket cost depending on which one you choose that you're just going to have to take into account. Smyrna offers more laid back and kid-friendly events that are either going to be free or at a much lower ticket price. I personally think that living in Smyrna is the best of both worlds because we can do the really fun events in Nashville when we want to, or we can just stay local and do the more kid-friendly events that are usually free. So it's the perfect blend. If you're thinking about making a move to Middle Tennessee and want to understand the real costs, I've put together a buyer's guide that walks you through the entire process and what to expect when buying a home here in Tennessee, whether that's in Smyrna or one of the surrounding cities. You can grab that for free in the description below. If you found this video helpful, make sure to check out my video on the pros and cons of living in Smyrna, Tennessee, which will give you an even clearer picture of what it's like to live here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.